Today we've got ISS Idiocy with Dave Mckeegan. Dave is the newest propagandist on the block as he desperately tries to defend his globe delusion. Of course, Dave can't cite any demonstrable science. No, he hasn't got any. So what Dave has to do is go the usual route in trying to prove the globe. And that is to defend space propaganda. Take it away, Dave.
Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well and thank you for joining us for another video. Today we're looking into claims that the video footage from the International Space Station is all just CGI, green screens and wire harnesses. And I have to actually thank one of my Patreon backers for this because they messaged me recently as they're skeptical about NASA and wondered if I'd be prepared to make a video tackling some of the examples that they'd found online of video footage that conspiracy theorists say is proof the ISS is being faked.
I'm just going to pause you there, Dave. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, mate. I'm a demonstrable realist, which means I stand by science that has been tested and verified by all, the results of which prove not only the globe is scientifically impossible, but space in the way it's portrayed to us is utter nonsense. Because you can't have an air pressure system, i.e. the globe Earth, residing in the middle of a vacuum, space, without some kind of solid separation. So already your pantomime realm has just been destroyed by demonstrable reality. But we'll still entertain your idiocy, Dave.
So they sent me 6 clips and here we are. Now the first clip comes from Level Earth Observer. Now this is footage from onboard the space shuttle as it approaches the ISS, and Level Earth Observer believes he's found proof that the ISS is in fact a CGI overlay.
Our pal here is going to look out the window, supposedly at the International Space Station, and just like before in a previous clip which we looked at, the special effects department are going to let down all these space fantasists by layering in the space station inside, yet again, the windowsill of the space shuttle. Ooh, in all its slow motion glory. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a terrible error, yet again, by the special effects department at NASA, as they've layered in their space station inside the windowsill of the space shuttle.
So he's claiming that the ISS is being overlaid and that it's incorrectly overlaid over part of the window frame. And to be fair, at first glance, it's easy to see why he might think that. Now, from the footage in his video, it shows that the space shuttle in question is the Endeavour, and they mention that one of the astronauts on board is Doug Hurley, who only ever flew on Endeavour on STS-127. So presumably that's the mission in question here. Now, I was actually able to find some photos taken from that same mission, one of which happened to be a view of the ISS through the window of the shuttle in the same manner as in the video. And comparing the still image to the video footage, we can see that the dark black strip in the video is not actually part of the physical window frame. The window frame itself is the lighter strip, which is actually blocking part of the view of the ISS. Question now is, what is that black strip? Now, if we take a look at an external view of the space shuttle, you can see that the windows are not flush with the outside of the hull. They're recessed in slightly and are surrounded by these black tiles which sit higher than the window itself. That's what we can see here on the still image. Now, we can also see from the video that the left side of the window frame is being strongly lit by sunlight whilst the right side isn't. So the sun is actually way off to the right, which means those black tiles being raised above the window will be casting a shadow over the window. And that's the black strip that we're seeing. And it's why the ISS can appear through it. It's a shadow, not CGI.
So Dave, the latest propagandist on the delusional global block, seems to think it's a shadow. And because it's a shadow, it keeps his delusion alive. The problem is, Dave, when we look at a couple of still shots from the video, and we zoom in, and we look at the solar panel of the ISS, we can see the solar panel not only goes past your so-called shadow, but actually goes inside the metal frame of the space shuttle's window. You can see just slightly there, protrudes slightly inside the window frame, just slightly. And in this next still shot, can see the end of the solar panels again just inside the window, and then when I put a straight line you can see what I mean. The end of the solar panels appears just inside the window frame, not Dave's shadow, actually inside the window frame, highlighting my point even more, destroying Dave's shadow of delusion and of course his globe fantasy all in one. The solar panels could not ever come inside the window past Dave's shadow and actually come the edges of it past the windowsill. Impossible. And as a result, Dave's being crushed by his own so-called debug. Oops.